So I just ordered the Insta360 Luna Ultra, and it just showed up a few days ago. I had a video to finish on my main channel, but I thought this would be a really interesting thing to unbox and kind of go through together. Now before I open all this up, the one thing I thought was kind of interesting is that there's no retail box that is the creator bundle. So if you just ordered the cheapest bundle of the Luna Ultra, you would just get this retail box here. And then if you get the creator bundle, you get all these extra things thrown into the box that's shipped over to you. Now I found this a little interesting because with some other pocket cameras I've ordered, it did come in a specific creator combo retail box. I do think it's a smart decision on Insta360's part to just have this be the only retail box that has the camera, and then just to throw these extra things in the box with it if you order the creator bundle. Now let's switch to an overhead camera and go through this unboxing together. All right, to start with, let's unbox the main camera, since that's probably gonna be the most interesting to everyone. So I did already take the plastic off, and when you unfold it, this is what you get. On the left, there is this nice little card here with a little message from Insta360 and Luna, just talking about their partnership. All right, so to start with, this is the Luna Ultra. Looks like it's already set up in its little cage. We'll set this aside and come back to it in a second. So underneath where the camera sits, we have what looks like just filler. Yeah. Nothing in here, no hidden cables or charger. Down in the bottom right here, looks like we have our extension handle. From what I've seen, this is where your tripod feet are gonna be. Yep, so there we go. We have our tripod feet on the bottom of this extension piece, which should just pop onto the bottom of the Luna Ultra. I've seen some people talk about these being paperclip-like, and that's definitely true. Not too bad to put in there. These are pretty tricky to get out though. You're definitely gonna wanna have some sort of nail, or maybe have to do them first to make it easier before you take out this, looks like back foot. So putting that aside, under there, more filler. And in here is probably going to be instructions, charging cables. There you go, that's it, that's empty. So you get a sticker for Insta360, yellow and a clear one. That's pretty cool. This is the warranty information, which is nothing unique to the camera. You could recycle this and just refer to everything on the website. Next up, looks like we have a little instruction booklet for the 1/4" thread handle, which for reference is this guy. So on the instructions here, you do see it showing the 2 small paperclip type tripod feet being pulled out first, which makes sense. It's definitely not the easiest tripod thing to deal with, but I'm glad that it's always with you, at least, right? You do also get this lanyard here, which you could attach to the camera. It has some Insta360 branding right there. USB-C to C charging cable, which is nice that they include it. I'll probably just use my own. All right, so this is a little card here that goes over Insta360's FlexiCare. So for myself, I used a code from Kirk Lepitan, I think that's how you say it. That gave me 1 year free, and then from what I understand, you can renew it after the 1 year is done. So I think with something that has a moving gimbal, a protection plan like this is generally a good idea, but to each their own. Next up, we have a quick start guide. This is probably something that's good to take some time and read through, but you know, I can probably just play around and figure it out. And then we have safety guidelines. Looks like this is probably just common sense. This is not a water resistant product. Don't drop the battery. Don't expose it to water, heat, etc. Silica beads, throw it away. Do not eat. And then finally, this, I'm not totally sure what it is. So my guess is that this is gonna go on the camera somewhere, but let's put that over here and see if we can figure that out in a bit. All right, so a little switch on the side here to release, and there we go. Luna Ultra is free. So in here, this is pretty cool. We do have a spot here for the wide angle adapter and the black mister filter. I'm sure you could probably put some other filters, like I have some ones from Freewell coming. Could probably snap those in there too. We'll try that when I get them. I do really like that you get a carrying handle like this. Some people might say this makes the whole thing kind of bulky, but honestly, I do really like having something that protects it, so I can just casually throw it in my bag and not worry about it too much. That feels really good. Let's take this sticker off. All right, so I'll go through this setup later. Hello, but I think this feels really comfortable in hand. That is super cool. This is probably the one thing I'm the most excited about, is the ability to take this off and monitor yourself from far away and fully control the entire thing with it. So you can see there is the microphone up here in the top middle, and then these two little hooks look like they go right under here. So like you can see, this isn't like a just slap it on. You kind of have to hook it under and then press down. Okay, there we go. So looks like this is just a replacement here for the wind guard, which has a little piece of foam on the inside. All right, so under there is this little kind of gasket. So we just want to carefully place this back in here and snap that back on there. All right, probably no reason really to take that off. I think I'll just leave it on there the majority of the time. All right, so just very similar to some other camera that I've used before. This snaps onto the bottom and pulls off. And then at the back here, it looks like we have USB-C charging and would also be used for data transfer. So yeah, this tripod, definitely not the easiest to get out, but it works pretty good. Inside here, what's nice, you do have these little rubber parts here, which are kind of shock absorbing, just to help protect the camera when it's put inside of this case. All right, next up, we get a battery handle in the creator kit. Nice little peel tab here on the back. Perfect, that's empty. In here, we get probably some battery handle guidelines, safety instructions, and then in here is our battery handle. And I'm wondering if this has tripod feet. Looks like it does. All right, perfect. So here's the extension on the right and the battery handle on the left. On the bottom, they're identical 1/4-20 mount and those little paper clip tripod feet. Now on the battery handle, we do have some indicator lights. If I push the button here, it does not show me any sort of battery indication, but we'll look into it. Maybe that's something that it can actually do. So here's a look at the Luna Ultra with the battery handle installed. And honestly, I think this might be the most comfortable way to carry it. Now, I think at times you might want to carry it around and shoot just like this, but you can see in my hand, it seems kind of awkward. So I think having this battery handle on the bottom here, for me, just makes it much more comfortable to hold on to. Next up is the wide angle lens attachment. So similar to the battery, we have the little pull tab on the back. That's it. We have instructions and then the actual lens itself. All right, so let's try and not touch the lenses. Cool. You know what, I actually like how almost big and wide this is compared to using like the Pocket 3, which I've used in the past. It was super easy to get the fingerprints all over the lenses, but this is much easier to handle. So, looks like this would just snap down in the handle there. Just kind of tricky to get out. But I guess the nice part, actually I'm just realizing, is that this is just a hole. This is only obviously covering the main camera, so makes this extra easy then to not really worry about getting your fingers on it. So there we go, that's what the ultra wide lens looks like on the camera, and there is, I'll move it here, a bit of a texture around the edge of the ultra wide lens. So that does make it super easy to just grab and pull off of there. All right, so we'll power that down, put the ultra wide lens in there, and then the Luna sits just above it. Next, let's do the carrying bag. So it looks like we have a pull tab at the bottom here. And there we go. I would need the Pocket 3 or Pocket 4 bag right beside me to test it, but I'm pretty sure this is the tiniest bit bigger. And oh, this is kind of cool actually. So it's kind of similar. Let me just grab a camera bag here quick. So for anybody that uses a camera bag, this will be a pretty normal thing here, but you get these little inserts that you can pull out and move around. So what's actually cool about this carrying bag for the Luna Ultra is that it does the same thing in here with these little inserts that you could move around depending on what you want to carry and how you want to carry it. So on this one side here, you do have like a little pouch. Maybe you would put a lens or something in there. And then you could just adjust this entire carrying bag to however you want to carry it. No real right or wrong way to put everything in here. But you will need to take the battery handle off to be able to put the Luna Ultra in here. And it doesn't look like it would fit if you had this extension on there as well. So over on the side here, you could put your battery handle. I would probably put the mic here or maybe over here, or we'll get it out. I actually think that the mic might fit right on here, but then I don't think would fit in the bag on the handle sealed up. So the mic will probably have to live somewhere over here. So I think how I would probably pack this battery handle here, for now, let's just throw the extension handle in there just for options. We'll put this aside. And then finally we have the Mic Pro. Now I'm pretty interested to see how this is in person. There we go. So it's definitely bigger. Like for example, this is the DJI Mic Mini 2 that I'm using to record this video on. So definitely a bit of a chunkier mic, though it's nice that you do get the option to make this show basically anything you want. Under the mic, we have, maybe you get like a little carrying pouch for it. Yeah, it looks like you got a carrying pouch. Then we have transmitter guidelines, more stickers, and warranty information. Under that, a quick start guide and information about their Flexi Care plan. So it looks like in the quick start guide, it's going over just your basics, how to turn it on, turn it off, pair it, all that good stuff. And then how to connect it to the 360 app and change the wallpaper, which I'm pretty excited to do. But I'm not gonna do that in this video. This is just getting into everything that comes with the creator bundle. So in the pouch, just cool that you get a pouch, we have another USB-C charging cable. We have the dead cat, which is kind of an interesting shape. Looks like it snaps on just like that. Kind of interesting looking. And, all right, and then under that we have the magnet. So, looks like we slide up to attach, slide down to remove. There we go. That comes off. All right, so now that we have that part off, you would just use the magnet on the back here to attach the mic to your shirt without having to use a clip. So slide up to attach. There we go, and it snaps right in place. So I really do actually like having a clip that's hard on here. With something like the DJI mic, there is for sure an advantage of being able to move the mic to change the clip direction, but I just don't love that it's magnetically attached to a clip. Something like this feels much more secure. Like if I'm gonna throw this on the strap of my sling, I'm not really worried that this is just gonna pop off and go flying and go missing. All right, so feeling around, that's everything that you get in that little pouch. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is carrying the handle, putting this mic just in here. Or maybe we're meant to put the mic in the little, that kind of makes sense. Maybe we're meant to put the mic over here. And then you could still carry the tiny extension handle. So something I did want to test here, let's get this back out, is to see if this attaches up here, and it looks like it does. So you could just carry this as your entire setup and throw it in a bag, which is pretty cool. And then quickly testing this out, yeah, you would have to take the mic off if you want to put this whole bundle in this little carrying pouch and take it around with you. So you do have this extra space up here. I'm not sure what else you could put in here. Maybe you'd want to put a charging cable or the lanyard or the spare dead cat. Pretty nice and spacious. And that's your entire kit right here in a small little bag. All right, so I hope you found it overall helpful and kind of interesting just to see exactly what you get when you order the Insta360 Luna Ultra Creator Combo. There's definitely much more content around this camera to come on this channel, so subscribe if you want to see that, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.